Oh man, I can't wait to get home. Becoming champion was so exhausting.
Hey you! I challenge you to a Pokemon battle!
Wait, what?
My top percentage Rattata will destroy you!
No!
Let's do this!
B! Press B!
Alright! Go, Rattata!
Okay, fine. Go Charizard.
Alright, Rattata! Use Quick Attack! Good job, Rattata! Ha ha!
You gotta be f***ing kidding me. What is going on, guys? This is Dobbs here, bringing you another Pokemon video. And in this video, I'm going to show you 10 of the most overpowered Pokemon you will ever see. And just a disclaimer, this is a list of Pokemon that are overpowered compared to how they're known, not overall. And also, we have a very special guest for this video. Allow me to introduce Tricky Wee.
Hey guys, this is Tricky Wee, but you could call me Tricky.
And if you don't know who Tricky is, she's a YouTuber who does Pokemon Top 10s, Sun and Moon news, and music videos. So be sure to check her channel out. If I had to recommend 2 videos, it would definitely be these 2. And also, we're doing another video on her channel, Top 10 Pokemon that could take over the world. So be sure to check out that video after this one. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting off this list, a whopping level 1 Rattata is hilariously overpowered. And here's why. If you breed a Rattata with Endeavor and Quick Attack, you are definitely capable of taking out most of the champions in the Elite Four. And here's the strategy. You give your level 1 Rattata a Focus Sash, let the opponent's Pokemon attack you, live with 1 HP, attack back with Endeavor, and then finally, finish the target off with a Quick Attack. And if you don't know what Endeavor does, it causes the opponent's HP to change so that it's equal to yours. Therefore, 1 HP Pokemon for days. It's too bad you can't do this on Ghost-type Pokemon, because if you could, it might just actually be possible to sweep the whole Elite Four with just a level 1 Rattata, and that would be insane. Oh, and by the way, try to keep this between you and me, because if youngster Joey found out about this, expect a text every minute. Oh no. Fuck.
Taking our number 9 spot, we have Snivy from the anime. Now this is a little bit messed up. In the first episode of the Pokemon Black and White anime, a level 5 Snivy takes out Ash's Pikachu. How? Ash's Pikachu has destroyed so many strong Pokemon in the past. It has to at least be level 80 or even more, so how in the world does a Pikachu get defeated by a level 5 Snivy? But how in the world can that even be possible? Level 80 Pikachu versus level 5 Snivy. Granted, Pikachu was not able to use its electric attacks due to an encounter with Zekrom, and it was pretty tired, but it's still very frustrating. Use a potion or something. The only other conclusion would be Ash started his adventure only a few months ago and Pikachu is still very, very weak. But isn't this the same Pikachu that took out a freaking Dragonite in the Orange League? This anime is very confusing. So Snivy either completely outsmarted Pikachu and used its tiredness against it, or it has super godlike stats. Or Snivy is just a Mew in disguise and that's why it keeps giving you those looks because it knows it's better than you. But that's a theory for another video.
Moving on to number 8, we have Nidoking. In Pokemon Red, Nidoking was definitely a great Pokemon to have. But what if I told you that he was game breaking? Now if you didn't know, a male Nidoran was obtainable very early in the game, even before Viridian Forest. Not only that, by the time you made it to Mount Moon, your Nidoran should have already evolved to Nidorino and was ready for the Moonstone. So right off the bat, you had a Nidoking ready to face Misty, but the game breaking didn't start just yet. Although, it wouldn't be until Celadon City, when Nidoking starts destroying everything it touches, one could say that Nidoking was already overpowered, and that was because of one move, Thrash. Thrash was a very frightening move back in the day. Learning at just level 23, Thrash had a base power of 90, and with Nidoking's attack, well, that's an automatic KO. But anyways, in order for your Nidoking to become a god, you would first need to buy a couple of X accuracies in the TM Horn Drill. Now back in Generation 1, there was a huge flaw with X accuracy. This not only gave you better accuracy, but it gave you perfect accuracy. See where I'm getting at? Now with this overpowered item, you could use this overpowered move and literally one-hit most Pokemon with Nidoking. And I say most because you need to be faster than the opposing Pokemon for a KO move to work. But still, obtaining a Nidoking so early in the game and being able to one-hit everything literally broke the game.
Wow! That was brutal!
For the lucky number 7, we couldn't resist giving Victini the spotlight because it is pretty lucky, but it's extremely overpowered. In the Pokemon Black and White movies, a lot of crazy things actually happen, but that's kind of normal for the anime. But this is kind of taking it to a different level, a level of cheating in my opinion. So in these movies, Ash and his Pokemon battles in this really cool annual competition in the movie exclusive town, but then he starts to face trainers who are way too strong for his baby Pokemon. So he starts to cheat. Of course, he doesn't know that he's cheating, but I'm pretty sure that using Victini's victory magic is cheating. Ash's little Tepig managed to take out a Samurott with Ember. But wait, there's more. And shortly after Ash's Scraggy gets completely wrecked by Hydreigon, who did absolutely nothing to it, Victini comes over and gives it some victory juice, and it manages to take out a fully evolved dragon with a single headbutt. That's infuriating. Hydreigon is literally the highest leveled evolution of any Pokemon, and you're telling me that this very, very powerful dragon was taken down by a little baby Scraggy? Its level has to be under 39. There's no way. The Hydreigon is level 64 or over, and it got wasted. But yeah, that is the work of Victini. It has the power of victory and luck in its hands. There's no way you could beat that. That's incredibly overpowered. I really wouldn't want to get on Victini's bad side though. That would be bad.
For number 6, we have Mega Rayquaza. Now, Mega Rayquaza was the very first Pokemon to ever be banned in the Uber tier by Smogon. And if you don't know what the Uber tier is, it's a list of Pokemon who are categorized as overpowered in the competitive scene. Now, let's just let that sink in. Mega Rayquaza is too overpowered for the overpowered section. That's like being banned from Twitter for tweeting too much, or being banned from an anime for having too much spiky orange hair. So why is this epic green dragon so overpowered? Well, here's a quick rundown. Mega Rayquaza is the only Pokemon that doesn't need to hold a Mega Stone to Mega Evolve. This gives the trainer the opportunity to give him any item the trainer wishes. So you want to give a Mega Rayquaza a Life Orb? No problem. How about a Focus Sash? Don't worry about it. Also, Mega Rayquaza's special ability is Delta Stream, which literally takes away all of its flying type weaknesses, which would be Ice and Rock type moves. Not only that, Mega Rayquaza is tied for first with Mewtwo for having the highest base stat ever, 780, or 2.5 Pikachus. Oh, and did I mention Dragon Exit knocks out almost any Pokemon in the game? It's a very good move. I mean, to put it in perspective, Mega Rayquaza is basically Mewtwo from Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, but on steroids. He's a pretty overpowered Pokemon, and for those reasons, we chose Mega Rayquaza for number 6 on this list.
Moving on to number 5, we chose Pikachu from Super Smash Bros. 64. Now back in the day, Super Smash Bros. 64 Pikachu was ridiculous. Not only did Pikachu have one of the best recoveries in the game, it had a very unique attack combo that could be completely unpredictable. Pikachu had amazing offstage and edge guarding game. Usually in Super Smash Bros. You have to predict the opponent's recovery move. With the other characters, it's kind of predictable, but with Pikachu, it's a completely different story. Pikachu's recovery has so many angled options for 2 quick attacks. So then you have to predict where Pikachu is going to go, and then on top of that, you have to try to attack him before he makes it to the platform. That could be a little stressful. Not only that, Pikachu has an amazing backwards kick. Pretty much all of the other characters in the game have a very bad recovery, so it's very easy to punish them. With that flexibility, Pikachu's in an S rank in almost every Super Smash Bros. 64 tier list. And it remains in the higher tiers in the newer Super Smash Bros. Games as well. Pikachu's a beast, and I want Super Smash Bros. Pikachu on my team.
Moving on to number 4, we chose Torchic from the Pokemon X and Y event, and here's why. On release of Pokemon X and Y, there was an event for a free Torchic holding a Blazikenite, and let me tell you, that later to be Blaziken was one of the most overpowered Pokemon I have ever seen. I literally Blazikicked my way through that game. It was too easy, and it probably didn't help that you had the advantage with just your Torchic for most of the gym leaders. I mean Viola, Peck and Ember, Grant, Double Kick, Karina, Double Kick, Ramos, Flame Wheel, and by Clement, you probably already had a Blaziken with Blaze Kick, which can one-hit almost anything. So it's safe to say that this Blaziken made Pokemon X and Y an extremely easy game. And for that reason, we chose the event Torchic for number 4 on this list.
This Pokemon helped out Izuru Yoshimura win the 2008 Pokemon Video Game Championships at level 1. And that Pokemon is Smeargle. You probably wouldn't have expected this Pokemon to be anywhere near powerful back in 2001, because it Probably wasn't. This little painter didn't actually become recognized as a strong Pokemon until 2007, so why does 2007 give this Pokemon any significance? It's because that is the year that Darkrai was discovered. Darkrai has a very powerful move called Dark Void, and this targets all enemies and has an 80% chance of making them fall asleep. Do you know how annoying that is? Smeargle's signature move is Sketch, and this gives it the ability to copy any move that it sees in battle. On top of that, if a Smeargle has its special ability Moody, it could raise a stat by 2 stages and lower another by 1. So if you were up against a Smeargle who had Moody that raised its accuracy, you would be in a world of pain and sorrow. The likelihood of Dark Void actually missing your Pokemon is highly unlikely. If you play your cards right, Smeargle will always live for at least 2 turns. All you gotta do is use Fake Out on the opponent and then live with a Focus Sash. So if its victim happens to have a very handy move, it could use it against them and win. And that is why we think that Smeargle deserves a spot on this list. But he isn't the most overpowered Pokemon, so let's go ahead and move on.
For runner-up, a level 5 Scyther takes the place of being one of the most overpowered Pokemon you will ever see, and here's why. In Pokemon Stadium 2, in Little Cup Round 2, Pokefan Rex has a Scyther that's unbelievably powerful. Now you gotta keep in mind, in the Little Cup, you can only have level 5 Pokemon, so Pokemon such as Onix, Chansey, and Scyther, who didn't have any evolutions at the time, are still eligible for the contest. And that was a huge problem, because their stats were very high. So knowing that, Rex's Scyther is tied for being one of the most fastest Pokemon in the league, Diglett being tied for first. So Scyther having incredibly high stats and being able to outspeed you makes it really hard to defeat this Pokemon. Most people say it's an automatic loss because of that Scyther, because that Scyther makes it very challenging when using original Pokemon. The only real strategy in defeating this league lies with an Abra that knows all the elemental punches, Thief, and is holding a Goldberry. Because at such low health, a Goldberry will almost always heal you to full health, and Thief will steal the opponent's item. But for being such an overwhelmingly powerful Pokemon that's hard to beat with what you're given, we chose Scyther for number 2.
And taking our number 1 spot for the most overpowered Pokemon is Kecleon from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Kecleon can get pretty scary if you make it mad, and if you even dare to think about stealing from him, you better prepare for a giant battle. If you're not aware of what happens, Kecleon appears on random floors while exploring the dungeons. If you have some spare change, you can buy yourself a few new items from him, but if you try to steal from his shop, he will teleport to you, hit you with a giant blow, and if you even survive, good luck fighting him, because his stats go from a normal Pokemon to a godlike Pokemon while having doubled speed. That's overpowered. He needs to calm down. If that doesn't intimidate you, at least 3 more Kecleons of the same caliber will spawn the floor and start hunting you down. So Kecleon was programmed to be quite literally overpowered after stealing from a shop, so players are not tempted to steal. Don't steal. It's bad. And if it's your first time trying, well, you're gonna learn it the hard way, and you're probably gonna die. But for those reasons, we chose Kecleon for number 1.
Well, those are 10 hilariously overpowered Pokemon you probably didn't know about. So we hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like if you did, we appreciate it a ton. And also, if you're enjoying the channel, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to follow me on Twitter for fan interactions, video updates, and other cool stuff, follow me, Ethan Dobbs. And for the question of the day, who is the most overpowered Pokemon that you faced? Be sure to leave it down below in the comments. We can't wait to see what you guys have in mind. And I'll see y'all next time. See ya.